welcome back to my channel. I have a process video and a coordinating blog post for you today for a cherry on top. I'm going to be playing with the brand new Dear Lizzie Here and Now collection. I already made one layout with this collection, and you can see that up earlier on my channel from a couple weeks ago. But today we're going to focus on titles and random embellishments. So, you and I know how hard it can be when you're going through and you like colors, but you see things like cactuses, flamingos, campers with balloons coming out of it, gummy bears, which is what we're going to focus on my layout, but I'm just showing you some of the other kind of random embellishments you might encounter on your collections. And we encounter these things, flamingos, we encounter these types of things, you know, in all collections. It doesn't matter. There's always some random thing we're not quite sure, we don't know how we're going to use, right? And so sometimes it's hard to come up with a way to incorporate these things in our layouts. Now, we can be total randomness, right? We can just put stuff on there, and if the colors match, it'd be okay. You know what? I've seen layouts like that, and they're stunning and beautiful, and I am not knocking anyone that does that. I am totally on board with it. In fact, I can't even tell you that I have never done it. But for today, let's pretend that you are someone who likes your icons that go on your page to coordinate in some way with your layout, right? Okay, so I'm going to tell you a couple of tricks that you can use. Actually, there are two. Puns. Puns are awesome. And adjectives. Okay, so let's talk about adjectives. So let's take this layout that I'm doing for a second. And this is our photo. This is a picture of my niece. Let's see. Let's talk about how she looks in this picture. So she's smiling. She's happy. It's not summer outside. She's in the house. She's kind of cozy. But she looks very sweet. Ah, sweet. Well, in our collection, we have sweet things. We have ice cream cones. We have gummy bears. We have cherries. We have lots of elements that could be sweet. Okay, now we've got somewhere. So that's one thing you can do. Take an adjective, right? The second thing we can do is we can head up our trusty Pinterest. I'm not even kidding you. Pinterest is a gold mine. I'm going to tell you how to search for something on Pinterest. So, let me give you an example. I have Pinterest. It's on my phone. It's right here, but I'm just going to read off to you what I get. I'm going to type into the search bar, gummy bear sayings. And you're going to say to yourself, you are never going to get anything with that, right? Oh, but I am. You're very special. You're very cute. Life would be unbearable without you. I'm very happy you're my niece. I like you very much. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 titles. That means we can pull in all of the fun little gummy bear elements from our collection and use it with this photo and use it in a way that it will make sense on a page. You can do this with anything. Just take your random element. Let's try cactus. Type it in, and then after I put saying, or sayings, you can put an S at the end of it, doesn't matter. Okay, so say you are a boy mom like me, and you have a picture of your son. He is wearing a bow tie. He is all dressed up. He is ready to go. What does that have anything to do with cactuses? Make your title looking sharp. And all of a sudden, those cactuses, they make sense. You could, so those are really great ways of finding titles using some available, easy to use. You know, Pinterest is so easy to use. Things that will allow you to get your title and have your random elements coordinate and work with what you're doing. So we are going to work with that today. we're actually going to go ahead and work with our little gummy bears in this photo. And I'm going to use one of those very cute, oh, I lost my app here, titles that I came up with from that. And yeah, so just a really easy way. This is like the easiest thing, is just to go ahead and pop in. Another thing you can do is look at what you've got going on in your stickers. So we have this keep glowing right here, and that occurs a little bit in the die cuts and throughout the layout, but that could be a title, and then you can add all of these cute little lanterns that appear in the collection, right? So there are ways to incorporate these stickers, these die cuts, these things that when you look at them first you go, oh, that's really cute, but I don't know how I'm going to do that. Pinterest is your friend, guys. Pinterest is the bomb. So there will be a blog post, and I am actually going to go ahead and using the random elements in this collection, I'm going to create a blog post, and part of that blog post is going to be a list of some of the random elements in this collection, and then some of the things you can use as titles to pull the random elements in without needing to have a picture of a cherry, or a picture of a cactus, or a picture of sunglasses, right? Okay, so that's the plan. I'm going to use one of those gummy bear sayings that I pulled up on Pinterest as a title for this layout. Another thing is, oh, you guys, I got pulled into playing with Calvin Ball this month. So I have, if you are part of Calvin Ball, you can find an album, and you'll find a sneak peek of this page because it's Tuesday. I'm making this page Tuesday for Thursday. And I'm going to use Calvin Ball elements and count my points for today, for Tuesday, but the video actually won't go up till Thursday. I'm going to pull in, I am not going to be a crazy point person. I'm not, no crazy point person here. But as I create, I'm going to pull in elements from all of the lists because you know those lists get a little wild and crazy. So the things from the Calvin Ball list that I'm going to pull in for this layout are a doily, a frame. Now, some of these might be not on the list by the time Thursday rolls around, but it's Tuesday, and today it's on the list. A frame. I'm going to use this little clip that has some gold foil, and I'm going to add, I might add some more die cuts and things into that. That'll probably have gold foil on it too, but this was just what I pulled aside to make sure I got my gold foil on the page. And I'm going to use an ice cream. So this page will be, you know, a quiet 4 or 5 points a page. It's not going to be anything spectacular. None of my pages are. I have no illusions of winning at this game at all. But it's fun to play. So that is what I'm working towards. The fun to play. Plus, I've never played it before, and I'm kind of like interested. So that is my plan. I'm going to go ahead, get myself a little more organized here, put you on fast forward, and start creating. I'm going to start with a background of Basil Coconut Swirl cardstock. This is my favorite white cardstock. It cuts on my silhouette beautifully. It's this gorgeous, like bright white that can be kind of hard to photograph, but still beautiful, beautiful white cardstock. I'm going to cut my photo down a bit. So I printed it at home with a white border, and now I'm going to cut it down to about 3.5 by 5. And then I'm going to go ahead and mat it on this beautiful bright pattern paper that I just had a scrap there, but I had just enough to be able to really mat it well. So I'm going to go ahead and give it a nice thin mat just to pop it up a bit. And then I'm going to go ahead and create my layout. So I have my titling ideas done. I have the Calvin Ball prompts I want to use. And I know I want to do this cool like fold over thing. I don't know what it's called. I've done it before. I really like it. I'm going to use my bone folder to get a really nice crisp crease. I'm not going to crease it all the way. I'm just going to crease it enough that I can get my stapler in there, and I'm going to staple it down. And then I'm going to put my photo right here. So there's going to be a lot of like playing around with this page because I don't have a definite idea ready to go. I have my products, I have my photo know I want to do that fold down thing, the fold down on the side, but I'm not 100% sure of everything I want to do. I decided I should probably put something at the bottom because just to add some of the color, so the color isn't all up there in that top corner. This layout is going to have a lot of white space, which I'm totally cool with. I'm going to put my doily right there under my photo, which I love how that turns out. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to back this fold with a piece of gummy bear paper. That's right, gummy bear paper. I'm telling you, this layout is all about the gummy bears. It's true. I'm going to kind of line this up, get it the best way I can so it just kind of peeks out from underneath that top corner. And then I also decided to add some of this beautiful rainbow pattern up there too, just to add a little more color to it. I'm just going to tuck that in. It's not going to be a perfect fit, but we're going to fill that whole corner with, say it with me now, gummy bears. So it's fine. It looks fabulous in the end. Okay, so I'm really liking how this is coming together. I love the addition of that soft doily under my photo. So I'm going to go ahead and get those pieces down. And I'm going to go ahead and get that bottom rainbow piece, which is a branding strip from one of the Dear Lizzie pattern papers. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Now I'm going to go through my die cuts a little bit more, kind of get an idea of what I have, what I might want to play with. A little bit of that stripy paper right there to kind of start a embellishment cluster. And I've punched some circles from some of the pattern papers in the collection because that's one of my Calvin Ball prompts for today. If you've never played in a Calvin Ball before, I have never done it. This is my first time. And I'm enjoying it. I'm not stressing about it. I'm just enjoying it. And so I'm sitting down to create like I always create, but I'm using this prompts to kind of get me jump started. So I decide that most of these die cuts are going to be a little too big. And this is going to be a series of photos. So I have 3 that I want to scrapbook of my niece from this particular photo session. So this one is going to be all on its own. And then there'll be a face page that will be that will have 2 photos and a little bit of journaling. Not a ton, just a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and flick through the die cuts. I kind of pulled out the ones that I wanted. This is, a typical kind of American Crafts die cut pack where most of them are really huge. So now I'm doing my title, and I'm going to go with the title, You Are So Very Sweet. And that lets me use my popsicles, and it lets me use my ice cream, and it lets me use all the gummy bears. And none of these icons look out of place, right? That's what we want. That's what we want to do. We want to make, if you're not someone that can just pluck stuff down on their layout, then creating a title like this is going to give you that intention. Suddenly, all of these kind of maybe random elements look intentional, which is what we want. Okay, so I really loved these little die cut tickets from the ephemera packs. I'm going to use those. I'm going to break them apart. I'm going to add all 3 of them into some different areas of my layout. I'm just organizing my clusters right now, deciding where things are going to go, how I'm going to put them together. If you watched my first video using this Dear Lizzie collection, I still have the sticker pack, but all the stickers are clear, which is fine. But I actually did keep that in mind when I grabbed myself a white piece of cardstock because I figured that would limit the amount of stickers I'd have to attach to white cardstock and fussy cut. So I was kind of thinking ahead on that one. I'm going to go ahead and tuck these frames in. And I really love how those frames really give my cluster there a nice base to kind of build off of. Next thing I'm going to add are my die cuts and these circles, and I'm going to pop some of them up. Oh, sorry, I have a little bit of a frog in my throat this morning. I don't know what the deal is with that. And So I'm going to go ahead and just add lots of the little strips and get the popsicle and the ice cream all ready to go and onto my layout. I went ahead and put some of the clear stickers down right onto my cardstock, and the rest of the clear stickers that I want to use, I am fussy cutting so I can add them to different areas of the layout. I went ahead and pulled all the clear stickers from my clear sticker pack. So I have some gummy bears and I have some popsicles. I wanted to make sure I had at least 2. So 2 ice cream cones, 2 popsicles, and actually I think at the end I end up with 3 popsicles because I do add a second one right at the end. And another thing that I've done that I have sitting off to the side is the clear stickers had a sheet of labels, and so I stamped my date stamp onto the label, but because it's a clear sticker and it's going to take a while to dry, I did that like way ahead at the beginning and then just sat it off to the side to dry. So when you see me add that in, that's what I did. So now I am just going to go ahead and continue on here. Fussy cutting gummy bears. Gummy bears. I'm sorry, every time that I go ahead and work with this collection, the theme song from Disney's Gummy Bears gets stuck in my head. If you've never seen Disney's Gummy Bears, it is on Disney Plus. It's the cutest show ever. I watched it when I was a little kid till I knew the song, the intro song, every word of it, and to this day I can still sing the intro song, every word of it. I'm so talented, right? Okay. So now we're going to pull the gummy bears that are on the enamel sheets. So I went gummy bear and sprinkle crazy on this layout. I adore them. I used an entire 1.5 pack of these enamel dots on this layout. They're enamel shapes, enamel stickers, but they're gummy bears and they're sprinkles, and they're just the cutest thing ever. I'm telling you, like, they're amazing. I am going to put these little gummy bears all over the place, just everywhere. They're going to be everywhere. I'm popping up some of the ones that I fussy cut and placing them around, and then I'm going to go up here to the corner where you see I have 2 gummy bears waiting for me up there. I'm going to use all of these gorgeous sprinkles, and I'm going to fill in that entire corner with the top left corner with gummy bears and sprinkles. And look how cute they are, you guys. I think that when it comes to Creativation products releases from this past in January, these gummy bears might be hands down my absolute favorite thing. I really think that they are, because they're just amazing and adorable, and I love them. So I'm going to go on here, I'm going to add all the gummy bears and all the sprinkles, and then I'm going to add a little bit of mixed media. So I did some splatters with the gold, and now I'm going to do some splatters with the pink stilettos. And I wasn't super happy with my one splatter area, not this one. That one, this one here. Look, but it did. Did not like that at all. So I turned off the camera and decided I was done. I went and ate dinner. I kind of thought about it for a while. Came back, and you know what I did? You ready, guys? You know what I did. I added more sprinkles all over that side of the layout, covering up most of those splatters I didn't like. I made them look better and covered up the bits that I was like, yuck. I covered them up with sprinkles. I totally did. Check it out. There is the close-up of the page. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you have a chance to buy some of these adorable enamel gummy bears and sprinkles, buy like more than 2, because I'm regretting I only bought 2. All right, you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll see you all again soon. Bye.